So we'll start, and Mr. Bala Baskar is going to join us later. Good afternoon. This is a general meeting with the purpose of information on the entry and exit policy draft. I'm facilitating this meeting today. It was called by the working committee. Eric is going to run us through the information and the content. There is representatives of the entry service here, and anything else, anybody else important. Mr. Bala Baskar is coming, and so I think we have a lot of knowledge in the room about how this policy came about and how it was written and why it looks the way it looks right now. Do you want to show the agenda, please, Eric? So the agenda for today is that Eric will give a bit of a background and history of this entry and exit policy draft. I think he's going to keep it short because it's a long history. We will then want to read through the present draft. It will be projected on the screen. While we are reading through the draft, we would really like to just read through the whole document one time without any interruptions. The previous times where we tried reading through this, after the second paragraph somebody had a question and then we never finished reading the whole document, and this is just, we don't want to repeat that. Please, if you read through the document and you have questions, you have a piece of paper and there is more, and the backside of that by accident is actually empty. Use it. Use it to write down your questions, write down page, this and that, paragraph, point, and write down your questions. So afterwards, when we have the question and answer session, you remember it, and you don't get nervous listening to the rest of the presentation because there's this question buzzing around in your head, okay? There are some pens floating around, Eric? No? Okay. I'm sure people have pens. Share your resources. Are there? Wow, super. So let's put them here next to the... Yeah, they're here next to the mic. Sharing is caring, as they say in kindergarten. So after... Jesse, you have to share. After reading through the draft, we'll have a question and answer session. And so this is about clarifying questions about the policy, how it looks now as about this draft. And by then, Mr. Bala Baskar will be here, and he's one of the people who can give a lot of interesting answers, I think, to the questions that might come up. And the last thing we want to do today is to look at steps ahead. Eric is going to talk more about that because it's connected to the history of how we journeyed till this draft. The governing board is coming here on the 7th, 8th and 9th of November, and last time when they were here, they asked us to give this document for ratification and then get back to them. Sorry? Okay, consult the Residents' Assembly.
The job of making regulations, an entry-exit policy regulation for the admission, termination of residents in the register of residents is the job of the governing board. So they asked to consult us. They didn't use the word ratification, yeah? But the feeling, the overall feeling is that there needs to be a ratification from the RA, the feeling among ourselves. But this is not what they asked us in their minutes. Yeah.
But do I understand right that they did ask for this visit to have some kind of result about this entry and exit policy? Eric? At this visit, they would like to have some kind of feedback from the Residents' Assembly and the Working Committee about, here is this policy, do something with it, yeah? So this is what we are looking at, and we would like to end this meeting with a clear view of the steps ahead between now and the visit of the governing board and what is happening.